Boogie, drop that beat.
Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, Talking Out Loud with Miss Talkative. Everything I say is my own opinion, alleged, and strictly entertainment purposes. Remember, I'm just talking out loud. Please like, share, subscribe, comment on the video, let me know what you think. Yeah, Melody did a live, and it was a lengthy live, I believe over 2 hours, where she was taking the people, giving people a glimpse of what she's been dealing with this whole entire season on Love and Marriage Huntsville, behind the scenes with cast members, and just basically breaking down the different things that she's dealt with. And I know I'm not going to be able, because it was a lengthy live, I know I'm not going to be able to give my opinion on her entire live in just one video. So there are a couple topics that really stood out to me. So I'm going to give my opinion on certain topics in different videos. And one of the things is that Melody explained was the part about Kimmie, that why she how Kimmie surprised her at the reunion, because she stated that they had already talked, her and Kimmie had talked, and they had pretty much, dissolved everything. They had made amends, where Melody agreed that she was never going to speak on Maurice's DUI or the lipstick again. And Melody stated that the only reason why she brought it up as topic on Love and Marriage Huntsville is because she was asked to bring it up by production, because basically nobody else wanted to bring it up, but production thought because it was a hot topic, it needed to be brought on and discussed on the show. So Melody, being the strongest castmate and not afraid to, or don't shy away from different topics, she said that she would go ahead on and bring it up, which she did. But she stated that she communicated to Kimmie up front that she was like, she really don't care, but production wanted spoke on. So here you go. And Kimmie was on board with it. Kimmie was fine with it. She said her and Kimmie actually spoke after cameras stopped rolling. So for Kimmie and Maurice to get down to the reunion and still trying to carry this vendetta against her, like she was like they really thought that she was trying to disparage his character or trying to embarrass them, when they already knew what time it was. She said she was shocked, and basically she was thrown back by the whole situation. And I don't blame her, because we all was thinking the same thing. Because I'm like, okay, what happened? Did something else transpire that they didn't show, to the point where Kimmie and Maurice basically withdrew their, the truths that they had? Because I didn't get it either. But she said when they spoke about it and they put it to rest, that was it. But I believe that Kimmie and Maurice acted that way out of anger Well, I do believe that Kimmie was still angry because it was mentioned, and it because she can't lash out at production because she can't go against the people that pay her and say, oh well, y'all the one that brought it out. She can't lash out at them. But the fact of the matter is, because Kimmie has always been able to say what she do and don't want to talk about, and it's been understood, and they don't go in that direction. Just like I believe it was last reunion where Martell had mentioned about Maurice staying out all night, and she was like, well, you didn't, he said, you didn't want to talk about, you told us not to mention Maurice staying out all night. And Kimmie was like, I don't want to talk about it. And they didn't talk about it. And so I believe that's why they asked Melody to bring up the DUI with the lipstick, because everybody else is giving them a pass, and seems like, okay, because you do have everybody one-sided against Melody, so it looked more it looked more real with Melody asking the question, because the cast is already at odds with Melody, so it made Melody look like she is prying, poking, and she is basically trying to get her lick back so she can like rub it in Kimmie's face about Maurice cheating. But I believe that part of the reason that Kimmie did that is because when Kimmie interviewed when she was on Carlos King podcast with Dustin and Letitia from Bell Collective, and Dustin complimented Kimmie on still being throughout the years being neutral, being cordial with Melody, and never having a real issue with Melody. I said at that time, Carlos zeroed in on that, and he is going to change that because he wants his entire cast to be anti-Melody. So with Dustin complimenting Kimmie on still having a neutral, cordial relationship with Melody throughout the years, I said Carlos was going to ruin that. He was going to ruin that because that didn't sit well with him. So in my opinion, that is the way Kimmie can earn her stripes with Carlos, because everybody else has had they fallen out with Melody. Everybody else has messed up their relationship, or have already shown or villainized Melody or whatever. So it's only fair, it's only right that Kimmie earn her stripes. So I believe that after getting her pep talk from Carlos, like, okay, wait a minute, everybody else is anti-Melody, because Melody stated that she overheard somebody getting one of the casts being put on ice, which means that they are not they can't film or because they are a Melody supporter. So if any cast that was Team Melody, it seems like Carlos was putting them on ice, putting them in timeout. So I believe when Dustin congratulated Kimmie for still having a cordial relationship with Melody, Carlos made Kimmie earn her stripes where he did not have to put her in timeout, put her on ice, she had to somehow earn her stripes of proving that she was anti-Melody. And even though they had made up or they had resolved their issue, Kimmie and Maurice had to, that was the only issue or only thing that they can use to get back at Melody. And they used that for a moment. They used it to prove their loyalty to Carlos and to earn their stripes, to show Carlos that they too are anti-Melody. There is no, like Melody said, there is no gray area. It's black and white. Either you're against her or either you're not. And if you're against her, then you're going in timeout. And if you team Melody, you're going in timeout. And if you're against her, then you can go ahead on and proceed to film and earn your check. And because we all know Kimmie and Maurice, they really don't give anything. They don't bring anything to the table, but they want to be there. And Kimmie don't mind being the bone collector. Because you see, once they got it out the way, once they got the lipstick and the whole DUI talk over, and even though once they resolved it with Melody, Kimmie went right back to her norm as being the bone collector and starting beefs between other casts. So she was comfortable once they got that resolved, but she still had to earn her stripes, because that wasn't good enough, because her and Melody resolved the issue. Carlos needed her to be anti-Melody, and that's why Kimmie and Maurice went after Melody again at their reunion, instead of letting Carlos know, well, we've already talked about it and it's already been resolved and we don't have an issue. No, Kimmie had to come up with something to ignite the beef with Melody all over again. And that's why she's up there having a moment, calling Melody a B, and lying, talking about Melody had a butt job. But in fact, Melody hasn't had a butt job. It seems like it's coming out that Kimmie actually had some type of work done, but she's talking about Melody when we've never heard anything floating around social media about a butt job for Melody. But like I said, I believe that it was Carlos that put the battery in the sky 2.0 back. Like, y'all got to earn y'all stripes, or y'all go in timeout with the other castmates that are Team Melody. And that's why Kimmie is being drugged, because she should have continued to, I believe she deserved to be drugged, because Kimmie been, she's been sneak dissing Melody throughout every season, but now it's caught up with her, because Carlos was like, oh, no. There is no neutral. You either Team Melody or you're anti-Melody. And if you're anti-Melody, then you film. If you're not, if you're Team Melody, then you got to go in timeout. That's just my opinion. I'm just talking out loud. Please like, share, subscribe, comment on the video. Let me know what you think.